Hey, what's going on, guys? So I thought I'd make this video real quick to talk about the viability of WordPress in 2020 and 2021. The reason being is that WordPress is kind of an old CMS. It's been losing a little bit of steam lately, in preference of other CMSs like Shopify and Wix and Squarespace. But, you know, I think that WordPress is still like a really good tool, but the million-dollar question, of course, is it the CMS to use, for the rest of this year and into next year? And my answer to that is yes. The reason being is that I am still seeing a lot of large institutions, like medium to large institutions, still relying on WordPress because it enables them to have a lot of flexibility with what they might try to be doing, right? So, like, you have CMSs like Squarespace, Wix, even Webflow, right? But I would say that those are more suited towards small to medium sized enterprises. Like, if you're a really large company, you might be developing your own CMS. You might not even be using WordPress. Like, WordPress is just an open source solution. But, for medium to large companies that want something that is, kind of easier to set up, WordPress is definitely that option. And it's not to say that it would be forever, but I think in the near term, it's still going to be a viable option just because, with CMSs like the ones I mentioned, right? Especially Webflow, like they are still new and their capabilities are not nearly as extensive as what WordPress can do. If it was an e-commerce platform, then I would say, yeah, you got to learn Shopify, right? But WordPress has been modified so heavily since I'm tripping on my words. It's been so heavily modified since its inception that it's a very capable platform. Like you can do so much with it. You can do, I don't know, you can do blogs, you can do e-commerce, you can do static websites. I mean, there's so much you can do, plenty that you can do. So, with that being said, it's still worth it to learn, especially because there's local businesses that, I kid you not, they're either not online or their web presence is so crappy. Like, seriously, I'm seeing websites that look like they still have Adobe Flash on them. I'm pretty sure Adobe Flash is going to be rendered obsolete this year. So, there's definitely a lot of opportunities out there for people that are looking for small jobs. There's opportunities out there by and large for people that are looking for larger projects. But if you're starting out, I would say just focus on one CMS. I think WordPress is a great one to start with. But if you're more experienced, I would say definitely try to go more with Shopify and WordPress because I think those are the two kind of big players in the game when it comes to learning it. And the core concepts are the same. I would just say that Shopify is going to be less difficult to work with just because the architecture of how it works is kind of, I wouldn't say decentralized, but maybe decoupled. It's not necessarily like yeah, it's on a hosting platform, but like you don't really mess around with the back end. Like you could, don't get me wrong, you can have a local dev environment just like WordPress with Shopify, but it works a little differently. And the fact that it's hosted on the cloud is actually like really nice because they can kind of control whether you stay safe or not. Whereas WordPress, it's the wild wild west with that. Like I had sites that were hacked the other day, and I had to just spend my whole day basically debugging what the issue was and how to fix it. So I think WordPress is still viable to learn in 2020, 2021, especially if you're going the freelance route. And yeah, I just think that it's a great tool to learn, and it will probably introduce you to more coding concepts than you thought possible. If you go with Webflow, you'll definitely learn more design. You'll definitely learn like architecture to some extent, but I think that WordPress is still the go-to. Really, I used to hate it myself, but it's proven its durability. It's proven that it is still able to keep up. And I think it's going to be around for a pretty long time, just because so many websites already use it and it's just being updated every day. So that sounds like something that interests you or it just sounds appealing to you. I would say go for it. Go learn it today, like now, like right now. Like shut off this video and go do it. But yeah, I hope that this was a little bit informative. My goal is to try and make these videos way more like descriptive and full of content. It's just that it's been a little hard because I'm trying to get my business up and running. But I do want to still provide content that I feel is helpful to others. If you like what I'm talking about, or maybe you feel that it's a little, could do a little more, I mean, feel free to drop a comment, like, subscribe, all that other stuff. And I will definitely do my best to try and make these videos more suited to what you guys want to watch. So, yep. Take care, and I hope you enjoyed it. Geo out.